Hi and welcome. Today I wanted to talk about having a clear mind because when we get stressed and anxious, we all want to get away from the feelings of tension and stress and anxiety. But we look in the difficult direction of trying to find our clarity or trying to find our sanity. And it makes sense that we want to get rid of the tension, but in a way that's running before we walk. So it can seem really hard to get back to a clear state of mind when we're feeling tension, overwhelm, stress, and all those edgy feelings. But the first thing that will help us is to get a sense of what is a clear mind and what is an unclear mind. Forget about changing it for the moment. That's down the line. We'll get to that. What you'll notice when you do this is that one of the big problems is that we treat an unclear mind as if it's a clear mind. And it doesn't really matter how unclear or clear our mind is. What matters is knowing the difference and knowing when we're clear and when we're unclear. Because when we know that, we can be a bit more astute and a bit more discerning about how we act out in these states of mind. So it gives us, when we're in an anxious state of mind, or we're tense, or we're stressed, or we're overwhelmed, our mind can give us lots of reasons why it makes sense to feel this way. And it can tend to project out into the external world to find those reasons. So it's a bit of a loop. But there's a hack and a tell, and it's 100% reliable. So I'm going to share that with you. And the question is, the tell or the hack is to ask yourself this question: what is your emotional state? Are you at ease, or is there some discomfort? Is there an edge? Because tension, anxiety, stress, overwhelm, and all those things have an edginess to them. And it's the edginess that we want to get away from. So if you're not feeling at ease, to the degree with which you're feeling uneasy is the degree to which your thinking is distorted and unclear, and you're in your own crazy thinking. And that's really good to know. But don't take my word for it. Go and check it out for yourself. Now, when I talk to groups in workplaces, what comes out is that a lot of errors and mistakes and poor judgments are back to situations where people trusted what they saw and what they were thinking, but they didn't feel good at the time. And if that's true for you, then you'll start to see in your own life that you have thoughts and feelings that will help you in any circumstances. And you'll start to see how the quality of your emotional state, how disturbed or how at ease you are, tells you the extent to which you have a clear or an unclear mind. And if that's true, then you can start to consider yourself or your thinking as untrustworthy when you're feeling anything but being at ease. Because when you trust an untrustworthy mind and untrustworthy thinking, that just leads to more mistakes and regrets and errors and all the things we could have, should have, would have. We don't want to be going there. So your level of clarity and your level of at ease or feelings of being at ease will give you an indication of how clear or unclear your mind is. Now, if you do this, you'll start to have a healthier relationship with unclear states of mind, and you'll suffer less in the face of them because you won't buy into the thinking as much. You'll be a bit more discerning about it. It's a bit like if you're angry and you know you're angry, then you're still going to feel it, but you're not going to be as much of a victim of your angry feelings. So the first outcome is that you're less victimized by your low states of mind because you've more perspective in the face of them, because you know there's something up with your clarity. And the second thing that happens is that you notice that the less you buy into your unclear states of mind, the more naturally and more quickly you'll start to pop out of them. Because it's not hard to have a clear state of mind. It's hard to avoid the temptation and the emotional urge to jump on these unclear states of mind, to jump on this unhelpful thinking and to chew on it and to whip it up into a storm and to make ourselves feel bad. And but for that, we would naturally pop out of these unclear states of mind. Now, if you're not naturally popping out of it for yourself, then please remember, don't try to get yourself out of it. That's running before walking. What you want to do is just go and look and see, are you trusting the thinking that's in your mind when you're not feeling at ease? And here's a good way to see that. Ask yourself, why am I feeling the way that I'm feeling? And as you answer that question, notice how much justification is in your answer and how righteous you might feel. If you have some explanation for how you're feeling in a low state of mind, other than I'm in a low state of mind, or I'm having unclear thinking, or I'm in my crazy thinking right now, then that's a good indication that you're in an unclear state of mind and that you might be buying into whatever you're thinking. If you can righteously justify the way that you're feeling, you're locking yourself into that state of mind. But if you don't do that, the more naturally you'll have distance from it and the more naturally you'll pop out of it. So it's not difficult to have a clear state of mind in any circumstances. It's difficult to see and appreciate that our mind isn't clear. And when it's difficult to see and appreciate that our mind isn't clear, then it's difficult to see and appreciate and not trust our unclear mind. So that's the challenge. So the invitation today is to start to look in the direction of what I'm talking about. And if you can catch on to the way that you trick yourself into thinking that you have a clear mind when you don't, and having a clear mind will get easier and easier. That's it for today. I hope you found it helpful. See you next time. Take care.